Okay, so hello. I guess I have to say hi, hello. How are you? I'm an insane chook, and I guess this is gonna be fumble and fall while I draw again. Um, this is gonna be just a quick one where I just I'm not making a new one. I actually want to finish some old drawings. I'm not hiding this. I can't be bothered. I'm too lazy right now. I'm also in a rush. I need to upload something for Monday, which is today. Technically, everybody sees this on like Americans, or at least half of the other side of the planet sees this on a Sunday. Also, please ignore the water sound. That's my dad washing the rubbish bins. So I'm gonna continue an old picture, and it's not of Suzume. It's Vernie, and yeah. So this is gonna be. This was an old sketching sort of thing. Like, this is how I usually start with the planning of what I want to do with that outfit. So I guess because it's been so long, I don't remember when was the last time I actually not opened it. I opened it last night, but when did I make this? Probably when I was still like really into Genshin Impact, I guess. Not sure when that was. Does this tell me? Or does it tell me when I last opened it? Date modified. Yeah, that's when I last opened it, I think. No, that's not right. I think because I think I opened like February this year, because like I switched back from like Cloud to just like Creative Suite 6. So that's a thing. And like a lot of those sort of files don't like they don't like being going backport. So yeah, because lots of new things and stuff. But yeah, let's see. Seems like the things I wanted for Vernie's outfit included this giant gauntlet or something, some shoulder thingies, and like I guess some weird pockets and stuff, extra pockets, because you can never have enough. And why one of the reasons why I'm starting this again is because like I mean I haven't gone back to Genshin Impact for a very very long time. So well, so what was the thought? Yeah, because I saw that they have like the new character creating thing, where you sort of like create your own traveler or whatever. I don't know, but so my thought is like one of the problems is that like with those character creation sort of things, it's always so heavily skewed to like two genders, but also not just two genders, very thin sort of like aesthetically pleasing sort of people sort of style. That means I can never create Vernie, who is like chunky. I think a bit more chunky than this. I mean, sure, the legs look very chunky, but not chunky enough, you know? Let me just... yeah, that's the right color. And like, other things is that the eyes are always very big, cute, and pretty. Vernie's eyes are very small. Very small, very very, very small comparatively. Like, anime eyes would be twice the height. Maybe bigger on the... Probably... Everything's twice the height of it all. But Voni is something that's just like... I don't want them to be pretty. They're supposed to be very average looking. And looking at... I want them just... Whoops. Nope! That's a wrong button. That's not J. So, why did I do that? Because I want to fix up some things. Because it's been so long. I don't know if my my cooldown has activated or not. I don't know which part of the cooldown I'm supposed to be trapped in right now. Wait, maybe I get it like that. So let's see. I want them chunkier. Because they're chunky, baby. I mean, not a baby. They're a chunky child. They're chunky sort of thing. Is this chunky enough? No. And I think the legs need to be a little bit more chunky. Ah! Not that one button. And if I'm gonna be chunky, if I make that part chunky, it's gotta be chunky here too. Yeah. And the head's gotta be a little bit chunkier. Well, not the head chunkier. I mean, the head needs to move a bit. Just so that things fit in the right parts. And I guess, following how I've done this, I'm gonna put the pressure sort of thingy. So yeah, one of the reasons why I'm thinking about drawing them instead of actually trying to make them into the game is because, like, Voni could never fit into any game character creation because they never include, like, particularly with anime games, they never include characters that are just chubby or fat or just like something out of their norm. So just I can't make Voni at all. Not to mention that Voni's something that's very peculiar as a character sort of thing. Ooh, and I want to change a bit of that pose. We're gonna skew it. Yeah. Just to give it more sure-foot sort of feel. And then we're gonna bundle up here. And I guess this is just a regular Voni pose then. For now, it might be. I guess I would also, since we're here already, I'll also show you a template I made. Yeah, I was trying. I'm sorry about that sneeze. That was my dad. I don't know if you guys heard it or not. But yeah, I made this little thing. I'm not sure if I should have a poster or anything. And also, it's very old. I don't know when when I started making it. But Sorry about that. But yeah, these are all things like from analyzing all the old stuff, and I just created like a very unique style with it. So with all the basic information sort of thing that you get from like a Genshin Impact sort of card. So the character name, the location and region and all that stuff. So I guess instead of fully drawing for now, we can... my dad's sneezing. What was my train of thought? That's right. We're gonna make this one the one for Vernie. GI card. GI info card. Oh, my dad's sneezing. Vernie Chan. And since we've done that, we can start with a lot of things. So here's the fun thing here. If people want me, I don't know who I'm asking. I don't think anybody would be interested enough to ask me for like this file. But if you are interested, put in a comment below, and I'll post it somewhere that you can download, and then you can create your own characters with it. So let's see. We go to the where's that? Edit contents. So here's the fun thing. I created like all of these so that if you wanted to change the element, you can. So for Vernie, I would say Animo. Don't need to change anything. I'll save. And there are a lot of things here. Ooh. So yeah, these are the cards. That's just about the element. The lines. But this is where you fully change certain things. And this one is like, what is that called? Transparency lock? I think that's transparent. Yeah. Lock transparent pixels. The whole reason why is so that you can then, if you want to change like the character's color, you can. Like how many, not character color, how the rarity of your character when you're designing it. Here's another thing. I have two versions for Vernie. One is that one thought was I want to make them a 3-star, just but then like I thought, no, if they're the only 3-star to ever exist, then they'd be super rare and people might be obsessed with like keeping them in the thing. So I had the thought of we'll just make them the most infuriating type of character, the like red star, well, not red star, more like the exclusive content and sort of card that I can't be bothered changing right now, so it's just gonna be like this. And with all those like exclusive crossover content sort of thing, I only seen Alloy. I haven't been back for a very long time, and they're all just 5 stars. So yeah, this is for Vernie. And some of the other things would be oh yeah, that's right. Some of the icons. So I actually, in the most amusing sort of thing, you can actually change the icon in this. So if I ever decide to upload this file for people to have fun, yeah, you can change it like sword, bow, catalyst, claymore, or polearm. Vernie would be a polearm user. And that will be their weapon. Now, the other fun things is the just writing here. So we're gonna go Vernie Chan. Location / region outside Teyvat. What is their element? Their element is NMO. Uh-oh. I'll be back. Sorry, somebody came to advertise their gardening services. Okay. What was the weapon called again? So, I think I was up to, like, certain things. So, let's see. Polearm. It's a polearm. I'm sorry, I had to burp. Affiliation? I don't know what their gang would be called. I don't know. Vernie's birthday? I would say I kinda want to give them 29th of December. '29th 12th. Look, I'm Australian. We go 29/12, not 12/29. Leave me be. I don't know if any other country does it like America. I don't know. Are we just the weird ones? Or is America the weird ones? I don't know. Tempted to check, but I'm on a time crunch here. I think the recording I had before I had to run off was like 15. So let's keep on going for 15 more. So yeah, those are for Vernie so far. I mean, we could say what the constellation is. Something stellar. Draconis, I don't know. How about a chicken? That's a Latin word for chicken. Let me check. Latin word for chicken. Pullum. Okay. Let's go. Or fullus. Fullus. Because it's Vernie. And they're very hopeless. Skill names and stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. One of these should be a burst, but I don't know where I put that one. It might be this one, I'm not sure. I probably have to take some time to really figure this out. Because I think this is just like... I think I forgot to do the burst. So we're probably gonna need to add that to this. But I guess if I'm gonna add it, I'd rather add that when I'm not being watched. So we're gonna keep on drawing. Let's see. It's that sort of brown. And then we're gonna get the pencil. Now let's see. We have the whole page for the roughs that show like the outfits. Why is Vernie's weapon supposed to be a polearm? Because of the fact that polearm is the only one that's closest in shape to a staff. So yeah. So some of the things at the outfit. Don't know what I was planning for the outfit. It really does look like a lot. But I mostly wanted like bags and stuff for them. And something to protect their shoulder. But I guess we should like finish off this particular pose first. And then so let's see. We're gonna need to I like to smooth it out like that. And then we'll bump the shoulder out. And then we'll go for the arm here. And then we'll help them hold something that might be yeah, like that. And I guess some of the things I want to talk about Vernie is sort of like power-wise is I feel like it'll be hilarious to make them have the lowest possible attack. In fact, I wanted that whenever they hit something, it's a 0. But probably not a 0 because people will probably change that. It's probably at least only in the 10s or 100s. Low hundreds, that is. And they're just supposed to be a more of a pacifist. And stuff like that. I would say, thank goodness it's only 7 minutes. Some of the things would be that they can... I mean, why would they be a character that you'd be interested in? Like, if they were in Genshin Impact. The thing is some of the fun things, I would say, is Vernie has this weird sort of like power scale where it's and also they have a shield sort of ability. So the shielding ability is about based off of the 4 primary emotions: joy, sadness, fear, and anger. And these will have like very different effects when it shatters. So like that's the fun thing is Vernie has a 1-hit shield, but the limit for how much damage this shield can take is impressive. It's impressive in that there's no limit, but you hit it once and it's gone. So it can be for the smallest amount and it's gone. As for all of the fun little things, it's that like when the shield bursts, it will let out a very cool, well, not very cool, but it's basically a support-based shield. If it shatters, it will provide some sort of like bonus. So with anger, you get a damage bonus. Damage bonus, speed even. No, not speed. It's just damage, and also like, and also enemies receive vulnerability. So damage, and then for enemies, and I'm gonna. How do you spell enemy? Give me a second. Yeah, it is. Why do words sometimes look weird? So, an enemy will receive vulnerability. And they'll be stunned. So yeah, enemy and vulnerability. Enemies will receive vulnerability and stunning, and while allies will get like a damage boost. Damage boost. And it's not a small damage boost, it's a pretty big damage boost. And then with fear, it'll be it's a speed boost. So speed, which goes for weapon attack, as well as movement. And those are the bonuses from the fear. I still haven't figured out on like joy and sadness. Though with enemies, when it comes to fear, is that they're still stunned. There won't be a vulnerability, but they're gonna be stunned. And probably, yeah, just stunned. While sad, enemies will get a slow effect. And I would say, I think joy will be a boost in jump. Boosted jump height. Which will then give you a increased drop attack. Oh, come on. Attack. And sad would be about... I'm thinking... enemies will have a slowed effect. And... basically time distortion with sad. And it's an effect that applies to all allies, so if you're playing multiplayer, it would apply to everybody. And I imagine the shield is applied to everybody. But yeah, that's for Vernies. I'm gonna give this video a few more minutes because my dad kept on walking in to tell me that he's going off and stuff, and also telling me to eat food. So we're gonna give this video a few more minutes. So yeah, this is Vernie and their unique weapon. So yeah, we're gonna fix up some of these lines because I stretched and distorted them. So we're gonna fix them up like that. And then make the calves a bit more pronounced. Some of the reasons why I don't want to do too much in this video is because, one, I get distracted when it's too long, and two, I'm in a time crunch. This has to come out today. So hi, hello. And I want to just build up, just knowing where certain parts of the arms are. I think this part is way too small. So yeah, we're gonna buff that part out. And then make that shoulder more chunky. And then yeah. I think with their clothing, they've always worn very simple clothing sort of thing. So it's always been like a regular t-shirt, oversized type. So it's gotta be that. But I think I'm gonna put this on a separate layer. Usually, you know what? We're gonna put the whole shirt in a separate layer and use a different color because I don't want myself to be confused afterwards. So it's gonna be a fairly long, big shirt for them. And they're often wearing fairly ordinary pants. So we're gonna basically have their design clothing just all of their original clothing, almost. With a few more extra accessories. And their clothes are very simple. It's just like, these are kind of soft pants. Kind of elasticy. And then they wear sneakers. Big old sneakers. And Velcro. They're the type of shoes with Velcro on it. So instead of shoelaces, it's a very simple Velcro shoe. 2 straps, just whap them and go. And then their sleeves, because this is a fairly big shirt, fairly big sleeves too. And then we put them over here. I always get baffled here when it comes to like sleeves. I know I shouldn't get baffled, they're kind of very simple. But I hate sleeves. Okay. And then that's how it is. And then shirt. So this is the whole of the base outfit. Actually, let's not add that. Let's keep it simple. And then from there we'll know that it goes like that. Because it's so like such a relaxed shirt. Let's not go too crazy with it. The crazy part is, as you can see, the weird accessories I'm gonna be throwing on them. The amount of bags and shoulder pads. Which is why we're gonna keep it simple for now, and why I'm separating the levels. And then, just so that I can see better nose. Yeah. And then the eyes are here. And they got little tan marks on their eyes. And the eyebrows are far up their head. Like, some things about Vernie's design is that it's just very soft, but also very, like, round. It's a circle. Also, I think that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, or day, or whatever. See you next time, I guess. Bye.